Eli Tomac matched Ricky Carmichael for third all-time in 450SX race victories with his win this past weekend at the 2023 Oakland Supercross. Anytime you match Ricky Carmichael on something, you've done something remarkable. But Tomac actually has the nod on Carmichael already on another big milestone, as Tomac became the winningest rider in Daytona Supercross history with his 6th win at the venue last year, pulling ahead of Carmichael's 5. Welcome to MZ Update, the channel for all things motocross. From the latest news to exclusive content, we've got you covered. Whether you're a seasoned rider or a fan of the sport, we'll bring you the stories that matter most. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our latest content. And for our returning viewers, thank you for your continued support. And please support me by sending a little super thanks. I will have the encouragement to make the next clip. And sorry for the narration, because I can't speak, so I had to use a bot to narrate instead.
Second in points, here comes Jeremy McGrath approaching John Dowd.
And John Dowd almost looks like he just gets out of the way. You know, Jeremy's so...
All of this suggests Eli Tomac is not only an all-timer but deserves to be in some rather big conversations about the sport's greatest. So today we're writing about Tomac and the 3 other riders who have made it to 48 career 450SX wins and their paths to get there. Tomac is very close to second all-time, but he has a little way to go to get to Jeremy McGrath's 72 career wins, a mark that may never be beaten. Let's take a look at the top 4's path to 48. Jeremy McGrath. 7-time Supercross champion. Career wins 72, his 48th win, 87th start. Race accomplished, in 1998 Seattle Supercross. The king of Supercross racked up wins incredibly fast by winning 4 straight championships in his first 4 full seasons in the Premier class, all of which with Honda. Then he abruptly left Honda in 1997 to go to Suzuki after collecting 45 wins with Big Red. He won only 2 races in 1997, moving up to 47 career wins, but he lost the title to Jeff Emig in the process. The very next year, he hopped over to Yamaha, but not the factory team, as he joined longtime friend Jimmy Button over at Chaparral Yamaha under the tutelage of Larry Brooks. 4 rounds into 1998, McGrath won his first race of the season in Seattle to earn his 48th career victory. The race itself was a fairly classic McGrath race. 2 weeks later in Indianapolis, after another win in San Diego, McGrath earned his 64th career victory between Supercross and Motocross to become the AMA's all-time wins leader, a mark he would hold for about 8 years. 2 weeks later in Indianapolis, after another win in San Diego, McGrath earned his 64th career victory between Supercross and Motocross to become the AMA's all-time wins leader, a mark he would hold for about 8 years. James Stewart. 2-time Supercross champion. Career wins 50. His 48th win accomplished in 2014 Detroit Supercross, 113th start race. James Stewart's career will forever be one of the most unique in any form of motorsports. He was transcendently great on a motorcycle and revolutionized the way Supercross looks and feels today. With breakneck raw speed, unmatched corner momentum, and the perfection of the scrub, Stewart was perhaps the fastest rider to ever race Supercross. That moniker reflects his stats well because he also has a huge pile of wins to his name as one of just 2 riders to make it to the half-century mark thus far. The only knock on Stewart's 450SX career is that he did not claim more titles along the way, often due to going so fast, the track arguably couldn't hold him in anymore. Making his Premier Class debut in 2005, Stewart would finish 5th at a mud-soaked Anaheim opener before breaking his arm in practice the very next week. He returned 2 months later in Orlando and led much of the main event before crashing in the whoops and sliding back to 3rd. In his 3rd start ever, Stewart was lights out as he cruised to the win in Irving, Texas, ahead of some little-known names as Ricky Carmichael and Chad Reed rounded out the podium. Stewart would win 3 times in 2005, 8 times in 2006, 13 times in 2007 en route to his first title, once in 2008 before an injury sidelined him, and then 11 times in 2009 to claim his second title. He never won a title again, but he did continue to click off wins, eventually equaling Carmichael's 48 wins at the 2014 Detroit Supercross in his 113th career start. He won 3 weeks in a row, his 49th win in the Toronto Supercross. His final win of his career came 1 week after that in St. Louis for his 50th win. Ricky Carmichael. 5-time Supercross champion, career wins 48. His 48th win accomplished 2007 St. Louis Supercross, 113th start race. Ricky Carmichael and James Stewart are nearly synonymous with each other as their careers crossed paths in perhaps the biggest 3 years in the history of the sport. Not only that, they also both made it to 48 wins in the exact same number of starts, 113. Carmichael is known for his motocross prowess where his record win totals and title numbers will probably never be matched. But Supercross success didn't come right away for Carmichael, who had to deal with a certain Jeremy McGrath early in his career. He did claim his first career win in his second year in the class with a victory at Daytona, but 2001 is where the changing of the guard came. Carmichael then won 11 races in 2002 and 7 races in 2003, both of which were title years, though Chad Reed gave him one heck of a run in 2003. Then Carmichael tore his ACL before 2004 and missed all of Supercross. When he came back in 2005, James Stewart and Chad Reed were there waiting for him. Carmichael still prevailed as he won 7 races in 2005 for his 4th championship, and then 6 more races in 2006 to just edge out Stewart for Carmichael's 5th and final 450SX title. In 2007 as he headed towards retirement where he won a further 2 races, pushing up to his final tally of 48 wins with his final career win at the 2007 St. Louis Supercross. 2 weeks later, Carmichael retired from the sport after finishing second to James Stewart in Orlando. Eli Tomac. 2-time Supercross champion, career wins 48. His 48th win accomplished 2023 Oakland Supercross, 153rd race start, and now he's still competing. Eli Tomac's path to equaling Ricky Carmichael for 3rd all-time on the Premier Class wins list has been a wild one. After crashing at Anaheim 1 in his rookie season and sustaining an injury, Tomac missed the first month of the year and slowly got things rolling at the 5th round. Though he wasn't able to claim a victory in his rookie year, his second season brought about 3 victories and a 3rd-place finish in the points. He moved over to Monster Energy Kawasaki in 2016, he won just Daytona in 2016, but then won 9 races in 2017, 8 races in 2018, 6 races in 2019, and 7 races in 2020, which finally culminated in his first career 450SX title. The rebirth in Tomac's career aboard a Yamaha was monumental as he won 7 races en route to his second 450SX title. He also moved into a tie for 4th all-time with Chad Reed sitting on 44 wins coming into 2023. Now Tomac has had the best start to a season in his career to win 4 more races in the first 6 rounds of the year to pull even with Carmichael for 3rd all-time with his 48th win last weekend in Oakland. Now he sits among the actual greatest to ever do it as one of just 4 riders who have ever hit 48 career wins.